Hi, welcome to Miss Annette's Little Farm in the Big City. Good morning, how are you? It's about 9 o'clock in the morning here, and I have a few minutes to talk to you about what we're going to do today. It's time to start planting the garden, and not just the vegetable garden, but let's take a look at the other gardens as well, the flower gardens and things like that. I have some big plans, and I've already made a few changes, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's go ahead and take a walk, and I'll show you some of the things that I've been up to, and we can talk about some of the things that I want to do. All right? I transplanted these two little bushes, and these bushes don't look very good. They didn't like where they were at. So hopefully here they have a little bit more space, and even though they're a little bit shaded, they're boxwoods, I think they're going to do fine. Of course, we had a group of Girl Scouts in here yesterday, and they're pretty rough on the landscape. I also transplanted this plant and put it here in front of the door of the barn because I needed something, and I'm trying to incorporate a little more green down here. It gets so dark and gray during the winter months. And over here, last year I planted a couple of hydrangeas, and they're coming back. They were tiny, they were discounted, and it was late in the season, but they are coming back. So I planted those between my other hydrangeas. And then Mr. Steve and I went and bought these arborvitaes. And we got them. They were very small, but they were only about $10 a piece. And that's going to add some green to this area during the winter months. Because even though we do have some evergreen trees, it gets so gray during the winter time. I wanted to add something that was evergreen. Now look over here. This has just made my heart happy. It is looking good. I spent the last summer transplanting things and planting things over here, and I think this has really turned out to be very lovely. The only thing I think I would like is to have some ferns, because I just really like ferns. And I have some spots in here that I think I can get some. Ferns are so expensive though. But I think I would like to have some ferns here and here in those bare spots, because the hostas are coming in pretty good. As long as I keep the ducks away from them, we're doing pretty good. The ducks love to eat the hostas. Now look at the grass. The grass is coming in really nicely too. We took down the fencing, and we can always put it back up if we need to, but it's coming in. It looks a little bit greener. It's morning, so everybody's having breakfast. So this is going to be the herb garden, and the bee balm has really gone crazy, and I'll be thinning that out and taking some of the extra over to the school garden and letting the school garden have it for the pollinator garden. And the chives, I want to move the chives and plant them in those pots. I think I want to put the mint and the chives in those two pots to kind of keep it contained. And I see I have some cilantro coming up. And my yarrow is coming up, see that? I'll be planting and my oregano. And of course, the mint is back here hiding from me. So we'll be working on that. With this flower bed, I moved some things around, and I'm really pleased with what's happening here. Things are coming up really nicely. And it makes me really happy to see that I have replanted some things and it's coming up nice. I think it's going to be a really great year for my plants. I'm not sure about these mums though. I don't think they made it. The mums just did not make it this year, I don't think. And the pathway to the fairy garden, I have a lot of hostas that I planted last year, and they're coming up. And I'm got this fig tree and planted it there, but I think I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it a little bit, probably more in a sunny area. And it'll be able to grow pretty good here. Oh, look. Hi. And then also I'm going to get some rosemary and some lavender to put in here so that we have some scented things in here in the fairy garden. And I like to do that. Even though it doesn't come back, I still like to plant it in here. You can see where I had it last year. It's kind of dead. But everything's looking so nice. I'm just so excited about it. My lilac tree, I'm not sure what she needs to grow. She's growing really good, but I don't see any buds. And I see buds on the neighbors. So, I don't know. Green. Oh, this is nice. Look at here. Ta-da! I'm so excited about that. My cold frame. Hostas. Daylilies, hostas. Now, I transplanted a lot of stuff here last year as well, and I'm very pleased with what's happening here. Everything looks good, and things are coming up. I do wonder, though, I might get another coneflower for this space right here, because I do have one coming up here. See, but I want one. Oh, wait, no. Right here's my coneflower. Oh, good. I'm glad I came out here with you guys. Thank you for pointing that out. And I have this little space over here that I made last year. And I just love this space. However, my jasmine did not come back. And that's okay, because I really wanted to plant a climbing rose anyway. So I'm going to be on the lookout for that. And a lot of the stuff that I replanted came back, and it came back the way I wanted it to come back, so it's nice. This is the spot that I'm thinking about a coneflower. So I got my butterfly bush, and I have my other things growing. They're coming in really nicely. Oh, look. I tell you, I'm just so excited about this year. Everything just looks so nice. The kids planted the carrots in the raised bed, so I'm going to plant some more though, because we really like carrots, and I can cook them and freeze them. So that'll be good. We also enjoy broccoli, so I'm going to make sure that I have some broccoli put out, and I need to get that done right away. And then the kohlrabi and the pak choi and the cabbage and all of those cold weather things, I think I'm going to wait for those until fall. So I don't think I'm going to do those. I have lettuce growing in the cold frame, so that's going to be there, and I'm going to try to lengthen the season for the lettuce by putting it in the cold frame. And it's some of it's almost ready to go. I'm not going to plant any radishes or cabbage. Then the onions, I will plant them here, where I planted them last year, and they did pretty well, so I'm going to plant them there. Then I'll have my tomato. And I want 4 things of tomatoes, so I'm going to put my tomatoes here, my cucumbers here, my sugar snap peas. I have to get those going right away, and I'm going to plant those. I have 2 blueberry bushes in the garden, and one of them is not looking so well, so I'm going to have to replace that one, but I don't know what breed it is. And you need 2 different species to pollinate your blueberries. So, am I going to have to get 2 new ones? I guess. I don't know. I mean, this can be really, if you put too much thought into it, it can be really hard if you're just trying to get your garden in. And let's see, so I have the onions here, the rhubarb here, the carrots, broccoli, tomatoes, and I think I'm just going to keep it really simple and not try to overload my garden with a lot of stuff that doesn't come up or that we're not going to eat. And the other stuff, like choy and the cabbage, I think I'll wait until fall, or that'll be late summer, because then that'll go into the coolness of the fall. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plant those in late summer. All right. So I will put that here. And maybe by then I will figure out the raised bed kind of situation. Cabbage and pak choy. And I'm writing a note on the side here of those. And I'm going to write late summer. So when I go back to look at my journal, I'll see what I did. Now, I did not get the other 2 beds that I wanted to get. So I'm going to mark those out for right now, because this is my spring picture. This is what I'm going to do for spring. All right. This looks good. It looks simple. Not too big of a variety. And it'll not too much of a variety. And that's fine, because I still need to heal my foot, and I don't want to overextend myself this summer. So this is going to be good so far. And hopefully next summer things will go a little bit better. All right. So I'm having a hard time this year getting kick-started to get started to plant my garden, because I have all these ideas. One of the idea is how to do it without having to build, let's see, 1, 2, 3, probably 6 raised beds. And the raised beds, to be beneficial to me, would have to be like this one. It would have to be like this. I wouldn't serve me any benefit if it were down low. I would have to have it up this high, my waist height, for it to be any kind of benefit. So I would have to build about 6 of those. Well, the season's already here, and that idea didn't occur to me to do something like that until I injured my foot. And then I realized, oh, I probably should start being a little more proactive in thinking about the future as I get a little older and things start bothering me a little bit more. I'm thinking about all of this, and that's what the delay is with me trying to get started in this garden. Because I would really like to do that, but it's kind of late in the game, and I really needed to be thinking about this probably in the fall. So I'm seriously thinking about it, and I would really like your input on it. Do you have raised beds in your garden, and are they beneficial to you? Are you finding them to be a pain to replenish the soil? Do you think it would be, is there a cheap way to do it? You know, I don't like to spend money, and I don't have to buy a bunch of wood, and I'm not the best carpenter either. Are there alternatives to raised beds? You know, have you found the alternative that works for you, that's not going to break the bank? I mean, please, I'm asking for some help here, and I would really appreciate it. Anyway, let's go to the garden and take a look. The rhubarb is really huge right now. The garlic looks really good, and all my coneflowers are coming up, which makes me very happy. Now, my asparagus is working its way up through the, and I think I'm going to plant more asparagus here. Look at that. This one looks nice. And this is its 2nd year. I'm going to let it get really tall. I think you're supposed to let it get really tall and let it flower out the 2nd year, and then the next year we should be able to start harvesting it. I think that's how it goes. Don't quote me on that, but somehow I think I heard that. But I am going to plant some more asparagus through here. I also have some Mexican sunflowers that I want to plant, and I may plant them somewhere in the garden. The bees really like the Mexican sunflower, and so do the butterflies. So this area is going to be the onions, broccoli, carrots. After the garlic gets taken out, I'll put something else in there. The cucumbers will grow up here. It's just going to be real simple this year. Not a whole big variety of everything or trying anything new. I'm just going to take it easy this year. Try to get as much as I can from this little tiny garden. All right. Here's Brownie. I do have some soil because I was doing some stuff. I thought I was going to need some soil. I went through my seeds to see what I had, and you know, sometimes you get a little overzealous when you're watering seeds. So I have some seeds that I have some cilantro and I have some dill, my Mexican sunflowers. Now I got these from Heritage Meadows Farms, and I'm going to show you the packaging here. Look at this. They use old seed catalogs and they make their own little seed packets. And I'm a friend of theirs on Facebook and on YouTube, so definitely look them up and follow them. And I got some black cherry tomato seeds from them as well, and my cilantro seeds. This is cute, so cute. And I have some sweet alyssum, which I'm going to go ahead and just direct sow these. I'm not going to sow any of these inside. I've already done it with the onions, and everything else I'm going to direct sow into the ground. My cucumber seeds. I've got some free pepper seeds that I have 3 different varieties. I'm going to try those. I think I'm going to move the tomatoes a little bit further back and then put the peppers in front of the tomatoes. So I have it all figured out. Now I just have to get the energy to do it, right? And that's what I'm going to do. So now I'll do that, and maybe the next time you come, you'll get to watch me do it, or I've already had done it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right? We'll see. Oh my goodness. It is a beautiful day. And I think we have had a pretty good day, a pretty full day, and I'm about ready to call it a day. I'll be making dinner here. We're going to have spaghetti squash. Do you eat spaghetti squash? We've been trying to cut down on our carbs. Well, at least Mr. Steve has, because I can't. I love bread so much. I could marry it. Anyway, I'm going to have spaghetti squash for dinner tonight, and I'm going to get started on that, and that's the only thing I'm going to do for the rest of the day, is I'll make dinner, edit this video for you, and try to get it out for you. I'm trying to stay on my schedule. Today is Wednesday, so I'm cutting it pretty close, but I mean, the days are just getting so full. I'm telling you, I really have to get better on my time management. Yes, I do. But, you know, spring is like that. Spring is just so full of activity and things, and full of aspirations of things that you want to do. And that's how spring is, isn't it? And I'm so glad it's here. It means the world to me that you stop by. You share my adventures here on the little farm. Makes my heart happy. Thank you for visiting me here on this next little farm in the big city. Make sure you get outside today if you can, alright? Take care of yourself. And take care of each other. We'll see you next time. Bye. Love you. Put this hog in the sand bath.